Hello, what's up? Welcome back. We are back with another filming stories. It is also cold. That's why I'm wearing my poncho, which my aunt got for me. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, we are entering December and it is cold. So, but we're back here to talk about yet another thing that came out of existence. Which was this little short that I decided to put out. It's called the Conformity Law. I mean, this will be rather brief because there isn't really a whole lot to say in terms of, how it came to be. It's like less of motivation, I've noticed, just more out of just wanting to create something. Um, and that's part of the reason also why I'm wanting to just stop after this next short that comes out in a few weeks. Um, I I just don't want to like get caught up in the space where it's just like I feel the need to create, that addictive nature. But I don't really I don't really know much of an origin point to this. I mean, it might have been again a low period where I was just thoughts were kind of going through my mind, and I decided to create some sort of poem out of it. And again, it was with the intentions with footage, older footage. The footage that you saw in the film was again old footage that I had used. That was meant for what became carousels and um, I used that's what it was originally purposed for, was that specific endeavor, but now I'm using it here for this. Um, so and I kind of was weighing back and forth whether or not to even have it out, just because of the main footage, if just the emotional stuff. It's like I was trying to weigh it out, making sure like, well, is it exploitative or is it not? Like, to be honest with you, I can't remember exactly what that footage was meant for. The emotional stuff. I don't exactly remember where where I was meant to have that in the original version, the original project that was carousels. Um, I don't quite remember what that footage was meant for. Um, but I felt that it served my. I felt that what it was serving now here, I felt was a little bit more understandable, and again, just kind of giving that oddly, I don't know, kind of straightforward, but also a little bit of an odd illustration, to supply that little poem that I wrote, which I will absolutely say first and foremost, I'm not even close to writing good poetry at all. Just if it if it came off hammy or whatever like that, just let me know. I mean, I'm not good at that stuff, um, or I've never have like committed to making a poem, so I just kind of took my first pass, I guess, on with this film. So you let me know. You be the judge. Um, but uh, but essentially, what I was after with this was about a lot about positioning of people. Um, how where people can be confined to certain spaces just because of a societal dictation, um, and the kind of limiting nature that comes socially, um, that sort of thing. Um, that's at least the idea that I was going for. And then the poem kind of expanded off, not on a deeper personal level. It's just kind of just took its own life, kind of went in its own direction. But still, I think holding on to, the idea of what I was getting at with, talking about selections, and placements, having to be very specific, in this societal way of thinking, in order to be considered to be accepted amongst peers, and to also not having to think too hard, which will grant you access to more things. So that was my intentions, within the poem. But I mean, you guys let me know. Obviously, those who watch, with a much clearer, much clearer mind, and not filtered, whatever like that, because obviously I possess a bias because I made I made it. But for anybody who sees it, I mean, if it makes some tangible sense, cool. I mean, if it doesn't, hey, I welcome criticism. I would love to hear thoughts like that. Um, but that's essentially it. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to say. I mean, it just kind of came and went, and it was kind of similar to what I did next, which I will talk about once we get there. But yeah, those are the little thoughts, or little, I guess, behind the scenes, I guess, if you want to call it that, of the conformity law. But you guys, if you guys check it out. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. I never want to ask for like opinions or tell you like go watch and stuff like that, because that makes me sound like, oh, I'm looking for attention, because I'm not looking for any attention. The only reason why I put it out on YouTube is just to satisfy the part of myself that would be curious about someone else's opinion on it, but not expanding it out any further to like film festivals or making it a big deal, social media posts, this and that. Like, no, it's online. If you stumble upon it, cool. If you don't, then you don't. That's always been my spirit lately. But yeah. Oh God, my screen just went dark. But yeah, those are some little tidbits about the conformity law. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for this little filming stories for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.